Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Fiscal Talk. I have great pleasure to announce my dear colleague, Tara Nedeljkovic, our fiscalization and legal expert, as she is covering fiscalization in Romania for our Fiscal Talk series about this topic. Tara, welcome again.
Thank you, Theodora. Thank you for having me. It is a pleasure working with you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. It is always great to have you here as we are covering very important topics for our retailers. And today I'm very happy to ask you to explain us the important fiscal reports in Romania. What are they? What kinds exist? And how are they used?
Okay, so thanks again. First of all, the existing reports in Romania currently are the Z report, also the X report, AJ report, or the report from the electronic journal, as it's also called. Other than that, there is the fiscal memory report and the cashier report. We will be talking briefly about all of them and what are the requirements in Romania. So each of these reports consists of predefined data and is done in a certain specific time frames or on a request. Firstly, when we're talking about the Z report, it is one of the most familiar and typical ones, and it marks the end of a fiscal day. So it's also sometimes referred to as the end of day or the report that is done at the end of the sales in retail store. Therefore, the fiscal day will be automatically closed once the Z report is requested from the fiscal printer. And what we need to know is that this report consists of daily total overview, and it also resets the fiscal device values to 0. We can say that it resets the working memory and prepares the fiscal device for the next fiscal day so that the sales can start tomorrow or after that. This report is obligatory in Romania and it needs to be issued at the end of every working day, so it is mandatory to use. When talking about the other reports, we can talk about the X report as well. When this report is done, it shows the overview of daily activity starting from the last Z report. So this report is similar somewhat to Z report, but it differs in a way that it doesn't create any change regarding the values in the fiscal device. So this is something that we need to understand, and it shows just the current state with the values that exist from the last Z report. This report needs to be implemented so it can be used, but it is not mandatory to print it on daily basis. As for other reports, all reports that are done from the fiscal memory and from the electronic journal can be printed either on paper or they can be made available on the POS application itself. As for the fiscal memory report, in Romania, there are actually two types of reports that can be created from the fiscal memory. So there is a standard report and the total report. And these reports can consist of many different information, but they can be either detailed or summarized counters and totalizers for the particular fiscal printer. And as for the AJ report or electronic journal, this is a report that is created by the data that is taken from the electronic journal of the fiscal printer. And it has to be available to be printed on fiscal device, even though that it can be made available on the app itself, it doesn't have to print it every day. And it is usually done on a day basis. So when it's printed, it's done for a single day. The question that we often get I believe that you know what is the most important question from our clients.
Absolutely. Our retailers always wonder. I'm wondering too, because in all of these fiscal talks, I'm learning from you. And thank you for that. What happens if the fiscal printer hasn't been used? Do these reports need to be created, or what is the case?
Yes, that is one of the most important questions from my clients. So in this situation, the answer is that one of them needs to be printed even though the fiscal printer hasn't been used. To be precise, that is the TET report. It must be printed even though if the fiscal printer hasn't been recording any turnover during that fiscal day or even for more days, the TET report needs to be done. As for another specific kind of report that is not common in every country but is used in Romania, it is called the cashier report. And it is that report that the POS application needs to have a separate function for printing. So this cashier report that is available is not a fiscal document, but it contains the information about the cash drawer balance at the moment of creation, and it can be started and printed by the operator pushing that button on the POS app. And it is basically a cashier declaration. So that's a specific document that shows what is the cash status in the particular cash drawer of the fiscal printer itself. And as we said, all of these reports need to be available on the fiscal device to be printed, but some of them are, as you've seen, mandatory, and others are not obligatory to print.
Absolutely. Thank you, Tara, for this amazing information, very detailed and important for all of our retailers. We're slowly coming to the end of our fiscal talk, so I always love to invite our audience to comment below if they have any additional questions on this topic or maybe some other fiscal topics. So please go ahead, comment below. We would love to hear from you. Other than that, you can definitely visit our fiscal portal, and of course, stay tuned on our YouTube channel to watch Fiscal Talk next week as well. Until then, we wish you a great day and see you soon. Goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Theodora. Bye.